Hey guys, it's T the Barber here, and welcome back to another episode of Baller Cut. Today we're going to be talking about improving the Lakers roster. And the first position that we're going to be talking about, this is a series of different positions that the Lakers need help in. And the first position that we're going to be talking about is the point guard position. While looking for these players, my main emphasis was to find someone that could help our roster immediately. Someone that's nurtured, someone that's been in the league, and someone that knows how to contribute to a team, because as you know, we're a team that's still in the building process, but we want to speed up that process. And by speeding up that process, that means bringing in players that could contribute immediately. So let's get into it. The first person that we have on this list of free agents is Rajon Rondo. Why is that? If you look at his stats and his body of work, he is a experienced veteran in this league. He's been in the league for 11 years. He had this bad reputation in the league for a while, but he played through it. He showed us why he has that edge on his fact that he knows how to control a team. He knows what he's doing. He's put in the work in his craft, and I just feel like that'll pay dividends, and he fits the role perfectly, because what we need right now is a backup point guard that does not require a lot of money but has a lot of experience that could contribute right now, and I feel like he hit all those categories for us. So he's a very solid option. And right now, as far as him staying in New Orleans, because he played such a good season, you would think he would sign back with them. But like you said, he's an unrestricted free agent, and as far as free agency, he's going to be testing the market. He's not just going to be waiting. I feel like he's a good, viable option for us if we do decide to go that route. Alrighty, the second person we have on this list is Isaiah Thomas. Okay, so out of all these guys, I feel like he is the best fit for us because he's already played with us. He's coming off a surgery right now, and the news is he put out the news that he's not feeling any pain or any discomfort yet. So he should be on this process right now of recovering and trying to get back to that level, all-star level that he was playing at. That's going to take a while, but we know if he put in the work, we already seen what he does, his body at work and everything like that. But what Isaiah brings to this team is also experience. 7 years of experience in the league. We've seen what he does. We know his playmaking skills. We know his shooting, which is really needed on this team. So that's another aspect he could bring back to this team if we do decide to sign him, is the fact that we have a reliable shooter and a reliable free throw maker, which we struggled in last season. And Magic and Rob has stated that that's one main area that the whole team need to address, and he's just going to help us with that. He worked really well with Julius Randle in the pick and roll, which was pretty exciting to see this season. Hoping if we do sign Julius Randle, that could be a good combo right there. He brings leadership. He knows how to command the team. He has that edge on him, just like Rajon Rondo, and they're both smaller guys, but they bring that edge with them. And that's something that we need in this team. Our team is pretty young, so you need guys like that to build that vocal leadership in them. Isaiah's stat for the 2017-2018 season were 15.2 points a game when he was playing with us, 4.8 assists. His field goal percentage was 89%. His free throw percentage was 89%. His field goal percentage was 37.3%, and his field goal from three, it was 29%. That was a little bit down, but I feel like that was contributed to how limited game he played with. He made a little bit more of a little bit over $6 million this season. So if we could also sign him on a very decent contract, he's also another affordable guy that we could sign. Seeing that he is coming off of a major injury, and there's not going to be, I don't think in this league, there are going to be a lot of teams that are going to be willing to take such a big risk on him. I feel like LA is a pretty good destination for him, and he fits what we require, which is a good shooter, a leader on the floor, and a very excellent free throw shooter. So those are the little areas and little things that we need to fulfill, and he brings. The third person on this list of free agents for the point guard position is Fred VanVleet. This gentleman right here, he surprised me. When I saw him play against us, I really didn't know who he was. But he dropped 28 on us that game, believe it was a home game, and he dropped 28 on us. And you know, he had me looking at him. I'm like, who's this guy right here? But he impressed me a little bit. He doesn't have as much experience as the previous gentlemen that I already mentioned, and previous two basketball players that I mentioned, but he does. This is his second year in the league. He went undrafted, but as you can see, he's a very polished player. He does a little bit of everything. He's a very good three-point shooter. He's a very good driver. He's a very good slasher. He can finish at the rim. In the pick and roll, that's where I see his improvements and how good he is, how efficient he is in the pick and roll. He knows when to make the passes and what decisions to make in the pick and roll. He played a lot of that for the Toronto Raptors, and he was very successful. His points per game this season was 8.6. His assist was 3.2. His rebounds per game, which was 2.4, which is pretty good for a guard. What was pretty good this season for him, though, was field goal percentage, his 3-point percentage, and his 2-point percentage. All of those were over 40%. And he's a 83% free throw shooter from the line. So he brings a little bit of everything that we're also looking for. And he also come on the cheaper side. This season, he only made about $720,000, which is pretty good. As far as him, he wants to stay in Toronto, but he is a restricted free agent, but he's also a free agent. So that's another person we could look at. The way he runs the floor, the way he plays with his other teammates, how unselfish he is. He does pass the ball a lot, and he does hit his players in very good position for them to just finish. So I feel like he also checked a lot of boxes off for the things that we're looking for this off season with free agents.